on to the Wine Country 100 at Sonoma Raceway, sponsored by Steven Jr. Racing for the Gears Cup Series right here on Casa de la Horseboat. We will be rocking with you in just a few minutes to give you the points. Tee it up here for tonight and get it on as we have 50 laps at Sonoma coming up next. The live look now at practice and their times, and see where your favorite driver is at right here above on the meandyourmom.com flip cam.
Demands its pace, must embrace each moment with patience to race. The rush to the finish only steals today's light. Slow down, breathe, let life's course feel right. Turning in circles like how life flows, spinning through the heights, spiraling to the lows. Caught in the cycles where time gently bends, life's dance in motion with uncertain winds.
again, tonight's Wine Country 100 is sponsored by Steven Junior Racing. Always a pleasure to have Steven Jr. involved in any of our sponsorships, especially that of Sonoma Raceway. Tonight, 2 more minutes, and we'll be back with some action. Here's a look from the MeandYourMom.com webcam. And again, everyone, happy to have you along again. Race number 6 of 25, getting it on. Wine Country 100 at Sonoma, about to take place. Let's bring you in the booth again. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat. Hopefully you're having a wonderful evening, because I am too on this Monday night. Found me some more silver bullets this week. They just happened to jump in my car on the way home, and here they are. So again, if you're in the Quick Trip region, they had free beer Monday here in Wisconsin. And, of course, you got a free beer. You got to go for it. Again, 21 or over, go get it. But, again, 50 laps here tonight, bringing it in, breaking it down. And, again, I am excited as hell to be here for Sonoma Raceway. We have 40-plus here ready to qualify. Again, fast lap looks like belongs to Hector Collazo, a rookie here in our league right now with a minute 15:51. Brad Gutierrez with second best with a minute 15:78. So a minute 15 gets you the fastest, but roughly a minute 16, minute 17 is going to get you around here just fine. Let's take a look here now at the schedule and what is going to be coming up here next week. Again, a lot of things happening, a lot of things popping. Kansas next week, I'm excited for the Munson 200. Again, I always got to say it like that, the Munson 200, and then 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to be in the Gen 6 cars yet again. Again, last week, Bristol Gen 6, I thought personally was a great success, and we're bringing it back 2 weeks from tonight at Phoenix Raceway for the University of Karen of Phoenix 200, and then Cinco de Mayo, Monday night, Michigan International Speedway for the Motor City 200. Again, getting into that next chunk of the schedule on our way towards the playoffs. Very exciting stuff. All right. And let's talk about the points, shall we, tonight? 5 races in. Positions have been established. Again, Colby Hogan out in your lead, 51 points back. Looks like that is going to be that of Michael DeWalt. Skylar Comstock, 90 points back in third. Gary Owen right there as well in fourth. Van Drugman rounding out your top 5 in points with Aiden Donahue, Joseph Stafford, Brandon Meyer, Min Hang, and Brad Gutierrez rounding out your top 10. Again, take a look at that top 20. Again, you see all the wins that are present. The only one that has won more than once, as you guessed it, Aiden Showtime Donahue. Again, just a couple minutes before we get set to qualify. Get you another overhead view of a beautiful Sonoma Raceway. Again, we're going to do the main course that NASCAR uses, obviously. So let's see if we can get you a track map. That would be awesome. Yes, it does exist, and you're going to see that tonight. We'll keep that up for you throughout the evening so you can find where your favorite driver is. Again, big follows here tonight. Acoustic GT, thank you for that. Wet Wizard Jacob as well. And Hyde 0515. Much appreciated, as always, for supporting on the channel and what we do here. Again, at 21 subs, looking great. A few of you dropped off, but I understand. We're getting into the meat and potatoes of the season. I get it. But I digress. Qualifying in 2 minutes. Grab yourself a beverage and get ready for this Monday night at Sonoma Raceway right here at Casa de la Horseboat. Got my beers cold, ready to go. Hopefully you do as well. Do a little HB drink time before we get underway. Right on. I've been looking forward to this. I think this is there's one of 2 road courses on the schedule this season. So that will be interesting. How that's going to play out. I think the next one will be at Watkins Glen in the playoffs. So again, tonight, probably a good indication of where you might see some of these drivers depending on who you're rooting for. But obviously, it's going to be one crazy night here tonight. Again, 50 laps, 70% fuel. Music is just kicking my ass tonight. Hopefully you guys are having a great time. What's up in the chat? JBZ Aeroplane says over under 07 self-spinning 16. Oh, I get what you're saying. 16. I don't know. I think the over. I think you're going to make it. Max V fan says good luck to all and to all ... Good luck. Rooting for Max Verstappen always. You and me both. Brother. Kidding aside, qualifying is on, and we're about to get it on. Right meow. Oh, shit. Militia resubscribed for 6 months at Tier 1. They've been subscribed for 16 months. Holy shit. Thank you so much. Militia, you didn't have to do that. As much shit as I give you, I'm very appreciative. And again, gotta love the guy. Gotta love him. All right, who are we going to look at first? Who's out there that I want to see? You know what? Let's give it to Militia. Militia coming out here, subbing it up tonight, doing his thing. Get him a little TV time. Why not? Again, going out there for his warm-up lap right now. Again, Jonathan Militia back on the prowl in Mooresville, North Carolina. Lock your daughters up. Keep them at home. He's out in that area. He's going to hunt him down. He's a hunter. He's a dog. He's got that dog. Warming up the tires in that 69 Coors Banquet Marlboro machine. Again, don't start smoking, kids. Not good for you. Again, looking good in that Toyota Camry here tonight. We're going to look over at Hector Collazo, too. Looks like in the 47, rookie in this series. Again, seems to be well-versed here at Sonoma. Interesting to see what he's going to do. And actually, let's ride along with him now since he's cooler. In that Mission 47 Chevrolet Camaro down the front stretch into the hairpin, whatever you want to call it. I forget what they call it. Carousel. And on to the front stretch for lap number 1. Again, rookie Hector Collazo in the house and blinking already. That is not good if you are Hector. But out here on the prowl right now. Love me some Mission tortillas. Me too, man. Me too. I like the little tostada one. Pretty dope. Again, new to our series. But again, well-versed in road racing. Let's see what he's got here tonight here, folks. Coming downhill for this left-hander. I've heard there's been troubles getting into the right-hander without losing it like that. Keeps it straight, looks good. Beautiful in, beautiful out for the 47. Let's see what lap number 1's gonna be. Joel Stafford setting the bar with a 1:17.08. Hector looking like he's gonna smash that. And he has 1:16.19. Min Hang 1:16.23 right now, your top two. Again, Collazo up the hill. And another guy we're going to pay attention to in the Carvana 84 here tonight, Brad Gutierrez. Another fast up front guy. I think we're going to see a lot of this 84 here tonight up front as he works on lap number 2. 1:16.92 is going to be third for him so far. We're going to come back to him. Min Hang in the 11 Mobile One Ford Mustang. Keeping it real through the S's like an asshole. Just kidding. Very good road racer Min Hang is. We'll catch up with him in just a moment. Hector Collazo, again, as you can see on time, pretty much damn near next to each other. Taking that turn a little bit better than he did the first time. Let's see what lap number 2 is going to be. Again, 1:16.19. He's still the fastest in qualifying right now. Min Hang looks like he's not going to be able to best that. Collazo, 1:15.94. Min Hang did best that with a 1:15.90. Cutting back to Brad Gutierrez now with a 1:16.92. Again, third fastest lap. 1 has fallen down to 7th. Let's see what he has coming around the final turn and onto the front stretch. Brad putting the money where his mouth is, and it's going to be a third. 1:16.01 for the 84. Beautiful, beautiful renditions there of Sonoma. Big fan of that. Bring that back in low key, but let's see what we got. So right now, Min Hang on the pole. Hector Collazo, Brad Gutierrez, Joe Stafford, Gary Smith, Connor Rowe, Aiden Showtime Donahue, Jeremy Eshelman, Jesse Becker, Eric Sable, your top 10 at the moment. Aiden Showtime Donahue said, forget that. Hold my root beer. 1:15.65, and on the pole he goes. The two-time in the Cup Series this season is back on the pole. Joe Stafford, honorable mention, 1:16.34, popping into the top 5. Gary Smith in the 33 with a 1:16.55. Wow. Again, I know the road courses aren't everybody's cup of tea, but that was very interesting on time. All right, let's see who I can talk with right now. Min Hang, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, you were so close to tagging that pole, and I know we've still got some time left for a couple drivers that have yet to qualify. But second place so far with a 1:15.90, securing yourself in the field, and at least at the moment on the front row. How are you feeling, and better yet, how does the track feel so far?
You know, I feel like the track is like pretty grippy compared to all the other practice sessions I did, so I think that works in my favor a little bit. I think I prefer a little bit grippier. You know, I like when I first like got into this whole sim racing thing, I was always like first game I ever ran was like F1, so I like that grippy like road course kind of feel. So that's what I'm using. That's why I was good at Dakota last year. Like, you know, a lot of grip on that racetrack, you know, that sort of thing, technical turns. So I think we have a pretty good shot today. You know, I don't know that we have the win in hand like maybe I would have if the competition was the same as last season.
Sure.
For sure, a top finish if there isn't any mistakes made or anything like that. Definitely a lot of sketchy spots on this racetrack that you could definitely screw up if you don't pay attention.
Well, this is definitely by far the biggest field we've ever had in Gears history. So being up there near the front, that's going to do you some well, or do you well, I should say. Again, best of luck to you, Min Hang. Always a pleasure when we cross paths.
Appreciate you.
And again, that was Mr. Min Hang in the 11 Machine Mobile 1. Ford Mustang laying it down for that team and having a good run here so far. He's very talented. Mike DeWalt, we're riding along with him for lap number 1, keeping it real. Hopefully it doesn't go wrong for this 20. DeWalt / Mike's Harder Lemonade. How do you get any harder? That's what she said. Mike DeWalt said he's looking for a top 10. He thinks he's fast, maybe not the car to beat, but a good car to race against. As we have 41 drivers, so somebody's going home tonight empty-handed. Mike DeWalt first lap. Looks like that's going to give him good enough for 8th with a 1:17.14, and he's going to say, hey, I'm going to park it. That's good enough. I'm in. We are good. 1 minute left in qualifying. We have 3 drivers who have not qualified. Well, we do have 1 race control in here, but Jay Cook, Nicholas Van Emert, kind of curious if they're going to qualify in or not. So I'm very interested to know who's going to win that. Very, very exciting stuff. I sound excited. I don't think I'm not. Let's talk to my main man, Brad Gutierrez. You got a copy?
Sir, how you doing?
Doing well. Qualified in the top 5 so far. Looks like good enough for 4th. You think you're the car to beat after, I know you've been putting in a lot of practice. Do you still think you're the car to beat, or do you think you have some time to catch on Aiden Donahue?
I mean, I know Aiden's going to be really good. I know Min definitely studied some lap times of mine last night. Hector's really good as well, so I think it's going to be between us 4. I want to win. I want to be humble enough to say, that I feel like it's going to be us 4, but
Sure.
I really don't think I'm that far off from those 4, so it's going to be a hard battle. Just, waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, that is what we are doing right now. Again, Brad, always a pleasure. Hopefully, I can talk to you later. Have a good one.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
You are welcome. Almost put him in the wrong chat. That's funny. Again, tonight is all about survival. Again, 40 cars made the field. Again, that is the first time, I think, in Gears Cup Series history. So we are breaking through the history books here tonight at Sonoma with a 40-car field and a road course. Definitely excited for that. That is amazing. You really don't understand that we've been looking for good road course drivers and at least people to come in and try their best. Again, this week we saw drivers hosting sessions, which was great, practicing with other drivers, maybe not even, somebody you talk to. But that is what Gears is around here. We're trying to build that community, which I do believe is existent with what they do. I mean, they practice hard, man. Sorry for that lapse. I'm reading something from my phone. Don't clip that. Race of Shame is happening. The winner from last week's Sprocket Series race, Nicholas Van Emert, going to drive around the track a couple times so we can get through that. And then we'll get to the main squeeze, the main race. Again, in chat, let's go. Who is your pick here tonight to win tonight's race? Brad mentioned a few drivers. Like to hear it from you. Again, Hector Collazo up top doing his thing. Cannot find Aiden Donahue. I just can't find him. That's all right. We'll interview him later if he wins. Again, folks, grab a beverage. Do whatever you need to do as we are flying up above in the meandyourmom.com blimp cam. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Tomorrow night, there's a race at WWT or Gateway or whatever you want to call it. Twitch.tv/BasePuppy is going to cover that. Nate Williams on the call. Tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, right here on Twitch.tv. Bugboo, hey girl, what's going on? Jay Beasy says 82. Mike Poole in the 084. Rooting him on. Again, that is fantastic. Oh, Jay Beasy, resubscribed. They've been subscribed for 3 months now. That is fantastico. Thank you. Bringing us up to 23 on the evening. Might need another beer already. Trace Car 67 with the follow. Thank you for that. Bringing us up to 606. That is fantastic. Again, I'll say it one more time before we get going. Gear Sprocket Series. Again, twitch.tv/BasePuppy. Nate Williams on the call. Again, tomorrow night at Gateway, I'll be in race control, so I might be in the booth and talking that shit with Nate. Always a pleasure to have him around. And again, glad to have him for the race tomorrow night. Next week, again, the Munson 200 ride here on twitch.tv at Kansas Speedway, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Again, come early. Come see the points. Come chop it up with me before we get it on out on the track. Again, qualifying is at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Only here on twitch.tv. Again, you're going to be able to watch all of our races back by logging on to the Gears Racing League on YouTube. We've got all of our videos from years ago from when we first started. Some pretty awesome stuff in there, if I do say so myself. But again, that is just me tooting my own horn. So I feel like what we do is amazing here. Again, flying up on the meandyourmom.com blimp cam, getting ready to go. Again, Race of Shame just about to conclude. Again, that is just a funny thing. We really don't think it's shameful. But in tonight's race, let's talk a little bit about that. They have 50 laps. They got 40 tire sets. 4 tire sets. Max fuel capacity of 70%. Again, the race day in sim is the date of the race, and it's a fixed setup here. Again, initial start and restarts will take place on the green flag, green light. Again, there is no restart zone here. And due to the incident points, we have upped it to 64. So people aren't going to disappear on us like they did last week. Shut up, Dag. 40 tire sets. I knew you were here listening to that shit. If you were going to get me for anything, it was going to be for that. Oh, God. All right, here we go. I got to open up a new one for HB Drink Time. We're going to do that in the pre-race show here. Hold on. I got you. I'm going to redeem that right now. Cat, you got to move your fat ass. Again, got a fridge right next to my desk. This is dope. Again, free beer Monday in Wisconsin. Had to stop at my local Quick Trip. And you know what? I grabbed a few more. Again, they just walked there. They invited themselves in my car, and I was like, cool, man. Delicioso on a Monday night, especially after a hard day of work. We got a warm-up going on right now. Everybody trying to size each other up. Not sexually, but, you know, sportsman-wise. Well, we'll watch together side by side. Again, hopefully... Oh, man, I got 2 more of these in the bank. So if this race is pretty good, I'm going to drink them all until the race looks good. Again, my wife looks good with or without beer. But it makes things more interesting with beer. Holy shit, somebody almost duffed it. That was funny. Again, we'll get into the meat and potatoes of it all here shortly with the sounds. Enjoy some music while we can. Again, there's the 96 of Christian Taylor looking hot. 48 of Chase Crawl and the 48 and the Flow Racing 48. I'm not going to talk about who crashed back there. We're gonna leave that alone. But again, competitive here. We're in the thick of it in the season now. If you weren't with us earlier in the year, again, it is top 10 in points, makes the playoffs, and then 2 wild cards. Joe Stafford, holy shit. Everybody's just getting the goofs out. Look at this car. That looks hot. Very hot. Rob Rossello driving around in the grass. Let's talk to him. Rob, you got a copy?
Hey, buddy.
How's the grass, man?
It's not grass anymore. It's all dirt.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I just saw you enjoying a nice stroll to the yard like you're playing lawn mowing simulator, and I was like, hey, man, you gotta clean it up. You got a long race to go.
Yeah, buddy, we do. I'm sweating already. I haven't even started. Sweating from practice.
That's what we call the meat sweats. You've been eating a lot of meat lately. That's the meat sweats, my guy. Meat sweats. Well,
hey, I got one thing to say for this stream.
Yeah, go ahead.
Never forget, Ming likes it grippy.
Ming likes it grippy. You heard it here first, Rob Rossello. We're going to check in with you later.
All right, buddy. See ya.
Thank you, Rob. R squared. And we have another R squared. I don't think I could talk to him right now. We're going to check in with Ryan Robertson later as well. But here we go. It's time, folks. It is time. I hope you are ready. I'm ready. Apparently, I'm prime-timed. Right here for the Wine Country 100, right here at twitch.tv/horseboat. Can appreciate all the subs here, the drink times, the follows, as we get set for race number 6 of 25, right here, right now. As we get ready to do the grid walk, I'm going to make this as fast as I humanly can. On the front row here tonight, once again, Aiden Showtime Donahue in the 82. On the outside of him in row 1 of the 11 of Min Hang. Row number 2 is going to be the 47 of Hector Colazo and the 84 of Brad Gutierrez. Row number 3 is going to be the 75 of Joe Stafford and the 33 of Gary Smith. Row 4 is going to be the number 5 of Connor Rowe and the 20 of Mike DeWalt. Jeremy Eshelman in the 38 and the 97 of Jesse Becker make up row 5. In row 6, we have the 30 of Eric Sable in the Blue Moon and the 10 of Colby Hell Yeah Brother Hogan. In row number 7, we have the 26 of Fortson Poston and the 87 on the outside of Gary Owen. In row 8, I have the 77 of Robert Rossello Jr. and the 88 of Andrew Allen. In row 9, we have the 22 of Kristen Ruck-Regal and the 40 of William Robbins. In row 10, we have the Travis Stroney attack with the 14. The outside of him, the 032 of Wes Emick. In row number 11, we have the 43 of Josh Cole and the 29 of Steven Jr. Again, Steven Jr. Racing sponsoring this event. In row 12, we have the 6 of Blake Schneider and the 48 of Chase Crawl. In row 13, we have the 72 of Mike Hasty and the 7 of Ryan Robertson. In row 14, we have the 69 of Jonathan Militia and the 9 of Jason Harrison. In row 15, we have the 12 of Alex Tilley and the 96 of Christian Taylor. The 07 of Joseph Enright and the 18 of Kyle Munson make up row 16, while row 17 has the Iron Man, the 71 of Brandon Meyer, and the 28 of Skylar Comstock. In row, looks like whatever, 19, I don't know, 16, 17, I don't know, 18, here we go, 8 of Keaton Salyers, 42 of Christopher McLeese. I'm dying. Devin Lowry in the 31, the 084 of Mike Poole, and in row 20, Ethan Wisnowski and the 94 of Jay Cook. I was dying up there, boys and girls. Don't hate. It's going to be a long night, and I'm looking forward to it. Again, 50 laps. Again, 4 tire sets. Is about to get it on. We had one D&Q tonight, and that was Nicholas Van Amert. He did not make the field. All right, pacing is about to take placing. Porsche on the front here, safety car here tonight at Sonoma. Giving us a little taste of what it is to race a Porsche. I know. I wish you could be here too, man. That would be amazing. That would be a big help here in a race like tonight, where there's a lot at stake here points wise, and I don't think a lot of these guys really captivate that, or really capture that. You know, it's another race here tonight, race 6 of 25, but the last 5 races are playoffs. So technically, you have about 14, 15 races left before this thing is done, and you're either in or out of the playoffs. Yeah, we'll bring in the sights and sounds of the racetrack here for you. Bring it up, turn it up, get it on. Again, big shout out tonight for our sponsor. We'll be sponsoring the Loose and Loud later on. But the sponsor for the Wine Country 100, again, sponsored by Steven Jr. Racing. Big shout out to Steven Jr. Let me get eyes on him real quick before we get going. Looks like he's starting from the pit box. But again, Steven Jr. sponsoring this event. Thankful for him and his participation here in the Gears Cup Series. All right, pace car is off. And we are about to get underway here at Sonoma.
Green flag.
Green, green, green for the Wine Country 100 for the Gears Cup Series. Again, up the hill they go. Separation starts to take place a little bit right now. Aiden Donahue having all the track in front of him. Most important thing here at the moment. Looks like we got a squeeze there between the 47 and the 11. Ooh, 33 right there of Gary Smith hopping the curb. And we are off and running, folks. See what's going on in the background. Whoa, we got a traffic jam right here, right now. The Giants theme machine, Ryan Robertson, making moves, trying to pounce early. Again, we have a lot of track to cover and not a lot of time to do it. Again, everybody back here starting from the pits. Smart idea. But right now, it is popping. Right on board in the chaos. Let's ride on board Chase Croft. Excuse me, Mike Poole. Hey, girl. Everybody going around the carousel looks beautiful. Looking frickin' beautiful. Yeah, so far, so good for these guys. Right on board now, Keaton Sawyer's in that Miami Heat theme machine. Got a lot of cars on the track. If you had ADHD like I do, I'm all over the place right now. Hector Collazo to the inside, trying to take that lead. We are side by side for the lead right now. .47 passed him with ease, and that might just be the long game for Aiden Donahue. But the top 4, like I mentioned right here, right now. Whoa, mid-hang going in hot, locking him up. But this is the top 4 we're going to be focusing on most of the night. Looks like Gary Smith has crashed from what I can see on my screen. Try to back it up here, see what we can see with the 42. Oh, mama, into the wall. Then we got another crash. We'll take it to Gary Smith. Let's play this one. Oh, mama. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. Back out on track now, lap 3 of 50. I literally just found out that button right now. That's awesome. Word from the paddock, is there an after party of Horse Boats residents BYOP? You know, if my wife will allow it, I'd probably have a Gears party if people would come. Again, I would have to beg my wife, and I don't even know when I get that. She gives me usually anything else I want, but I don't know if it's going to be that. 87, Gary Owen moving up 7 spots, started 14th, now up into 7th in that Target Mean Machine. Doing all he can. Oh, we got another crash. We're going to back it up and see between, looks like Blake Schneider, Travis Stroney. Oh, there goes Blake. Everything looks good for a moment. 22 loses it, takes Blake, and oh. Not a love connection. Looks like everybody's back and everybody's okay. We're back focused now on Gary Owen, moving up towards the lead. We've seen everybody kind of single file out. Again, Hector Collazo, Aiden Donahue, Min Hang, Brad Gutierrez, and Connor Rowe, your top 5. And he is under duress from Mike DeWalt right now. Mike DeWalt's probably just riding right now. But it is a tough track, as you can see. Damn, they'd come all right. I live in Wisconsin. I live in between Madison and Milwaukee. Close enough to go to a game. Again, I bought tickets today. Again, my wife, big shout out to my wife tonight. There is, they just dropped the date for the Bob Uecker Memorial event happening later this year in Milwaukee at the ballpark. Had to get 2 tickets for that. Again, Bob Uecker, big inspiration to what I do. And my unfilteredness, he really brought that to the broadcast. Again, you wouldn't hear it if you're not a local guy. But Bob Uecker has made some memorable calls. And a guy that I've always looked up to, even when I was younger, getting into broadcasting, being a musician. His personality could light up a room, and he actually cared about people. And that's one of those things that I try to live by every day. Bob taught us a lot. Even from the booth, you knew he gave a shit about you. And he gave a shit about the people in Milwaukee and the Brewers. Oh, right on. Crivets. I know where Crivets is. That's a little bit far from me, but yeah, you're getting up there, man, if you're going to Crivets. Hector Collazo, Aiden Donahue, Min Hang, Brad Gutierrez, Connor Rowe, your top 5. Mike DeWalt, Gary Owen, Gary Smith, Fortson Poston, and Jesse Becker, your top 10. Looks like Alex Tilley crashed. Let's see what the hell happened with him. Let's back that ass up for a minute. There's the 12. Pay attention to the Guardians themed machine. Oh, looks like he gets tagged by our in-race reporter, and then a fender bender between Krall and Rossello. That is a bummer. Damn, I love that replay. Hopefully you guys like that too. It's pretty dope if you ask me. Pit crews will have their slide hammers and rubber mallets out today. You're damn right. Unless you're up near the front, you really don't have a lot to worry about. But if you're in the back fighting your way through this field, which is now spread out now, you're going to go through some bumps and bruises. Let's go back here. Let's see. We got a little fight on our hands. Looks like Christian Ruckriegel, Mike Hasty, Travis Stroney. But I like this. Throughout the field, it's competitive as shit. Look at these guys. Kyle Munson. Again, next week, we theme a Munson race every year, and I don't know why we do it. I just love to do it, so we do it. Broadcast looks great. Thank you. It does look pretty good. I appreciate it. Again, I do a lot of work in the off season. I switched stream providers, going from that Streamlabs to OBS, and it's paid off for me. Eshelman go a little wide. Tilly almost losing it. Able to keep it together. But this is a battle here right now you're watching for about 23rd, 24th, and 25th. It's right on board Christian Taylor running around at 29th. See what kind of hell he's going through. Again, as I'm going to write in here, Sonoma is hard. I don't care what anybody says. This is a hard track to take and run, especially if you've only gotten the track maybe today. You've only had a few hours of track time on it. You really need more time than that. Again, like I mentioned before, some of these guys are, whoa! Aiden down, he's sliding a little bit going in up the hill in the 1 and 2. But again, a lot of these guys were hosting sessions, working together, even working with different teams, just so everybody could feel comfortable riding around with each other on the track. Again, a lot of the problems that you may see off and on throughout the year is that some drivers just aren't good running with other drivers, and that just maybe they get in there over their heads, or the 3 wide, they don't know how to deal with that, don't know how to manage it, maybe at that track. There's a lot that goes through the mind in that moment at the track. Oh, 22, Ruck Regal off the track live. Playing some Lawnmower Simulator, gonna work his way up the hill. This is interesting, we're gonna stay with it. Oh man, look at this.
Way in the grass now.
Nate Williams joining us in the booth now. Again, we're riding along with the 22 at the moment. I don't know what the hell he wants to do, but this is hilarious.
I mean, he had to drive through like 3 different walls there, climb that hill, and that was hilarious.
That was really, really funny, but we're going to move on now. Hector Collazo, again, rookie in this league, recently approved. Again, ran through the vetting race and ran really well. Very surprising to see him up front, but again, maybe not a surprise to some others who know him. Having a good night tonight here is the 47 machine.
And Christian Ruck-Regal received a black flag from iRacing. I'm guessing some sort of cutting the track, losing something.
I would imagine.
Because I don't know what the system was looking at, but it's just like he was all over the place trying to get somewhere.
Again, a couple minutes ago, we're going to back it up just for a moment. Looks like Ethan Wisnowski crashed. Let's see that one. 38 and the 12 getting it on. Hot and heavy in the champagne room. Yeah, 38 and the 48 touch. But I don't see anything yet that's worth a damn. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like Jeremy Eshelman has just recently crashed. Let's see what happened there. Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, this pack, like the back 20s here.
Oh, shit!
25th, 27th, everybody's sort of just in line, packed up here under a blanket.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty good, but I've been interesting watching this back of the pack here. And the focus now is on Connor Rowe, Mike DeWalt, and Gary Smith. This is 5th, 6th, and 7th on your screen right now. It's right along with Gary Smith in that 33 TH Designs machine.
And Andrew Allen left the track. He lost a spot, so he's now stuck in the mire. So he lost 11th there.
Damn, girlfriend.
He could hold on to it and get it back,
though.
though.
Dude, you're in the stream, and you're in my chat right now, and you want a drink time.
Look. Oh, we got a car around. Looks like Wisnowski.
Again? All right, let's back that ass up, see what we can see.
Yep, he was around in the middle of the S's there. He's off the track, trying to figure it out now.
Oh, he's got my. Oh, that's Connor Rowe. Where's Wisnowski?
No, that's Wisnowski. He's just in a 5 car.
Oh, he's in a 5 car. That's my favorite drink. That pisses me off. Jeremy Eshelman crashed again. What is going on? You can see. Oh, doggy. Yeah, he just spun out there. That is unfortunate. Looks like he's surviving. But for how long? William Robbins running around in 11th. He was hoping for a top 20 finish. Doing his thing. All right, they want an HB drink time. We got it. And that is finishing off beer number 2. Drink time completed.
So I'm coming in late to this race. I missed the start.
Yeah.
You want to give me a little rundown what any major events happened in the first couple of laps? Or
I mean, we've had the first couple laps are pretty clean. We had some guys go off track. No major crashes to speak of. Maybe a couple fendy bendies, but nothing to really write home about saying I'm mad about it. I think the racing has been good. But again, a 40-car field, and again, Nate, I know you're part historian, as is Matt Albert. Oh, good battle here between Stroney, Militia, and Hogan. This is the first 40-car field for a road course for us. Is that correct?
I believe so. I can't think of anything where we've gotten more than, I think, 30 on a road course before, to be honest.
Yeah, I know we were up there, but I didn't think we maxed out a field. Tonight we had to send one person home, Nicholas Van Ebert, which did not make the field.
I wonder how Race of Shame looked here.
Race of Shame was a one-car Race of Shame. It was pretty funny.
So yeah, it seems like most of the incidents I've seen since we've gotten in here is just people not being able to really handle the track too well, and just making little mistakes here or there, spinning out, getting off track, all that sort of stuff. Which
that's it.
As you said, yes, Sonoma is a very tough track, especially if you're not well versed in road racing with these stock cars, because they are absolute boats. This next gen is terrible to actually drive. So it takes some real talent to be able to wheel these things around.
Alex Day wants to climb on board the 43 machine. Your wish is my, yeah, okay, whatever. Let's go on and run on board with Josh Cole.
And looks like Militia got off track there. He's been able to recover. He's getting back on track now. Going to slot into 19th. Probably lose a couple more spots getting going here.
And riding along with the 43 of Josh Cole at Alex Daigle's expense. Daig, whatever the hell it is. Oh, L-Rob, I'm sorry. You may not have been here. I just added some new shit. If you go down and click the button down below where you got horse bucks, there are different things you can do with them now. I added a couple things, and I know you've got points, lady. I know you do. You got ride on board with your favorite or your choice of driver for 500. 750 is a loose and loud segment. 1,000 is a live interview under caution, and then HB drink time for a cool 1,500 horse bucks. You know that's funny, Dag, that he bought you this track because he just bought this one this afternoon, he says. That's hilarious. I'm going to take a drink time for that, too. You got
track for someone else before he buys it for himself.
That's wild, man.
And, yeah, so I can see here. A little bit of movement in 25th. Still a little bit of a 4-car battle right there. Those guys are actually racing pretty hard. They're going to be able to battle each other around this place. That's pretty cool to see.
Fortson Poston again being impressive, as Alex Daig was saying. Qualified 13th for this event, is currently cracking the top 10 and 9th. Biggest mover of the race right now. Again, a guy who started in 34th, has worked his way all up to 19th, is the 28 of Skylar Comstock. Another guy who has moved up 12 positions from where he began is a 7 Giants-themed machine of Ryan Robertson in that Ford Mustang, looking great, looking fresh. And then William Robinson started 18th, now up into 12th. And at this time, because we are obligated via our sponsor, tonight's sponsorship for our first Loose and Loud of the evening goes to Steven Jr. Racing. Again, Steven Jr., a proud supporter of the Gears Racing League and the Gears Cup Series. Always happy to have you. Again, a good racing team to be around and a good driver backing up that program. Again, Steven Jr. Racing on here for our first Loose and Loud of the night. getting you back out of the Loose and Loud, sponsored by Steven Junior Racing. Again, thank you for that. Always appreciative. Hector Collazo, your rookie, first-time driver in the series, coming out here showing the folks what is up here at Sonoma in the lead. Aiden Donahue second, Brad Gutierrez in third. Fourth is the 11 of Min Hang. Fifth, the 33 of Gary Smith. 87 of Gary Owen is sixth. Seventh is Connor Rowe. The 20 of Mike DeWalt in eighth. Portson Poston in ninth. And Joe Stafford rounding out your top 10. And here is the battle for ninth. Again, pit stops have to be coming up here soon, I would imagine. Trying to make this a one-stop race. Nate, I don't know if you can do that or not.
I honestly have no idea, because I have not touched a track. I have a hard enough time making these stock cars turn left. I won't even try to attempt to make them turn right. So I don't really need the metrics for gas or tires or anything. And frankly, I haven't been paying attention to overhear anybody else talking about it. But yeah, our leader, Hector, I mean, new driver, I mean, absolutely coming out here and showing some dominating speed right now. But that's one way to go ahead and point your way into the playoffs there. Just go ahead and grab a win, get that 100 points, and try to keep that momentum rolling. So that's cool to see.
I mean, he has the skills to pay the bills here in Sonoma. Very impressive. Looks like Skylar Comstock just crashed. We just missed it. Let's back that ass up, see what we can see here for the moment. And I think that adjustment for Hector got here. But yeah, nice spin out here. Yeah, just catches it, and around she goes. You can already kind of see the momentum. But yeah, there you go on that. And Collazo out to an 11-second lead on 8. Showtime Donahue. And Showtime, two-time winner here so far. He's had a pretty good run here tonight. Started in, looks like, on the pole. Maybe he's saving something for later. I don't know, down the road. But again, 11 seconds is a hard gap. Now 12 to make up if they go green the rest of this way, Nate.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at some lap times here. The best lap time on track so far is from Hector, 1:15.865. And the next best is a Donahue, 16.7. So an almost 3/10 difference there for the best laps. And looking at their more recent laps here, Hector is still lapping about half a second faster than Aiden, which is kind of nutty.
That is nutty. Stephen Gurley Jr. said wrist is effed. I'm out. I am sorry to hear that. Man, you really got to work in the weight room. Get them wrist weights out. I'm not going to go any further. Nate would be disappointed in me. Taking the high road on this one. Buck who always loved those emojis.
For you,
no. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. It's too easy of a door. We're not doing it.
It is. It's too easy.
Yeah, I know, man. Like, I mean, you know, we've always talked about lowbrow humor and how you're disappointed in me when I use it. I know sometimes it's appropriate. It probably would work there, but we're not going to do that.
I mean, when they give you an opening like that, you usually have to take it, but I am proud of you for overlooking that one, not that one go.
I'm growing. TA Broadcasting says, what is up, Horseboat? Hopefully you're having a good night, man. Getting the night off, enjoying the evening. Taming some strange, I'm sure. Alex Dake says, I'd kill to have Van here battling Hector right now, not because I don't want him to win handily, but because Van and him would be on a similar pace right now, that would be awesome. Matt, shut the fuck up.
I mean, I would say having Van actually have some competition on the road course, which historically he usually doesn't, would be cool to see him battle out and everything. And, but it is a thing just with him having, I think it's an actual real-life race commitment that he has, or something else going on. We get to see some other guys shine and see some glory for some other people.
Yeah, right. No, I just have to control Matt a little bit. Yeah, I know Nate is phrasing his point better than you. It's, you know, he's in here doing his thing. Matt, you're working, trying not to work. I love it. I respect that. I mean, Nate, I don't know about you, but I respect that. He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Collazo, Aiden, Showtime, Donahue, Brad Gutierrez, Min Hang, and Gary Smith, your top 5. The other Gary Owen in 6th. Connor Rowe, Mike DeWalt, Joe Stafford, and Fortson Poston. Rounding out your top 10. Biggest mover still is, looks like Jake Cook. What's up?
Matt just responded to it. It's just working hard. No, hardly working.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Again, commercial-free viewing if you sub. Dropped a bunch off because everybody's doing their thing. Again, commercial-free viewing for you for doing that. And back down to 22, 23. Trying to stay up above 30. That'd be dope. Palazzo, Donahue, Gutierrez, Hang, and Smith, your top 5. And getting into the nitty-gritty of the season. And people are starting to establish themselves in points. Looks like we have our first. Oh, grinding the wall is Mike DeWalt a little bit entering pit road. I kind of want to redeem it, but I'm not going to do that. Or rewind it. I saw somebody redeeming something, which is an HB drink time. We're going to do that here for you.
Of course, Andy's now.
Fuck yeah. Why not? Cheers, mate.
If you want to break out that accent, you better be doing a shoey.
I wish I had a shoe to do it in. That's what she said.
And we're back.
And yep, we're back. We're back. 25 laps to go. We are halfway home. It looks like, yeah.
So it looks like this will be a solid one stop.
Yeah, definitely. Cheers, everyone. Hopefully you're having a good night, enjoying this with me. Pretty good race here. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's hard to cover it all. So if you know drivers that are streaming again, please feel free to watch them while you're watching me. Don't think you need my permission for any of that shit. These guys have really good onboards. I'm gonna be showing my onboard for Monza in about 2 months from now. I'll be racing with the Cup Series guys. Yeah, it will be. It will be an awesome race. Again, I'll have my POV. You may not like it because it's probably going to be in VR. First VR event here for Team Horseboat at Monza, and I'm going to make an ass out of myself. So I hope to win it, but more importantly, hopefully you guys are along for the ride for that.
And Aiden Donahue, who was in second, came into pit road, came out. He's now in 5th after that pit stop.
Yeah.
So he'll try to make it back up. And looks like our leader Hector is now in the pits.
Ooh, I got some feedback on the salted caramel whiskey is no bueno, amigo. Probably didn't cooperate with you. It's preferred taste. I'm a big fan of it. A little too much for the SV.
Yeah, if you got that Old Smoky salted caramel, it's not really the thing you should go for. If you're going for a flavored whiskey from them, you need to get that root beer.
I'm not a root beer fan, dude. That's nasty.
Yeah, other than that, don't get the flavored Old Smoky whiskey because they don't do whiskey. They do fake moonshine. Because, you know, good old if you paid taxes on it, it ain't shine.
That's right. Tom's just, he's throwing me under the bus. Yeah, because I drink it. That's the only reason why. I'm good with it. If you don't like it, I don't care. Mid-hang in pit road. So is Gary Smith.
Close call with Militia there. He spun out through the back sector there. Almost got cleaned out by a few guys.
Fortson just went off track as well. From what I can tell. Not trying to rhyme there. Just happened. Ryan Robertson now moving up into 8th, inheriting all these positions. He still has not pitted yet. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing now, Nate, being out now for possibly 2 laps more than the other guy.
I mean, that's the thing, like with the gaps that were, it's like with the gaps that are appearing, I don't know if staying out is good or bad. I don't know how much fall off there really has been on these tires. But Hector was able to come in, stop, and get back out there and retain first. Aiden Donahue moved back up into second.
That's amazing. Yeah, Hector now out front. Again, 8 seconds, almost 9 seconds. Aiden's going to have to really turn it on. Get around the 38 of, looks like Jeremy Eshelman for that. Root beer flavored Shut the God damn.
Yeah, Andy, if you're gonna go for a root beer, I kind of recommend Sugarland's root beer. It's kind of the best one that I've found.
Dude, he got the Chipper Jones moonshine thing, sweet tea from that.
Yeah. I don't need no leaf water. So.
Dude, that should put him out. Connor Rowe has crashed. Let's back up and see what happened. I'm very interested in this.
Whoa.
Connor Rowe's like, here's my car.
He's causing some problems right now. Whoa, boy.
Holy
Trying to
shit.
get it figured out there at the start finish.
Oh, man. I got to rewind that one more time.
Oh, we got 26 around. Colby Hogan spun him right there at the hairpin.
We'll get back to it. Look at that. Look at that shit. All right, Ford's supposed to crash. Let's go to him now. Oh, Fortson was already loose by the time we got here. He's running loose, wet, wild. Colby Hogan's like, let me get it first. It's like people in line for Bonnie Blue. Just running each other over trying to get there. Fuck that.
We're still trying to get it figured out.
Having trouble.
Oh, Joseph Enright stuck up the hill. Coming up the hill from the start finish there. He's in the grass.
Oh, no.
Trying to get rolling.
Joseph Enright having trouble at the OK Corral. Sonoma not treating him good. Connor throws, says Alex Daigle. I love that. I love that. Andrew Allen. You know, to be fair, it hasn't been too bad.
Connor's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Let's back it up. Let's see what the hell happened. Yeah, the car is dog tracking like it's '67 Chevy Nova.
Bro,
look at this shit.
Tow it. Holy cow.
Oh my God, call it a day.
Your toe
Call
link's
it
broke.
a
That car
day.
is broke
Your
in.
car is dog shit.
You're going straight.
This dog is done.
Oh,
There's no dog.
Kyle Munson off the track on the hill.
No.
So he's in the grass trying to figure out how to get back on track here.
Connor just cannot. He is just limping it back to pit road.
I mean, and
the pain is
he's
real.
got to try to get over there with all these guys coming here.
He is a walking time bomb right now.
It looks like he made it to pit road there.
Good Lord, but let's back it up. This is bullshit.
I mean, that was bad enough. Our race control had to get on the radio and warn everybody about where he was. Goodness.
Look at this. See him sawing at the wheel. Look at this car. Garbage. That's amazing. Enough bashing on Connor. That was fun. And jokingly, of course, we love Connor. Not having a good night in Sonoma. Trying to keep it real, and it just went wrong.
Yeah, and Kyle Munson ran into some issues. He's back in the 25th now. Sorry, forgive me, 29th. Yeah, he fell way back there. He went on a ride through the hill.
Minhang, Brad Gutierrez, the closest battle here so far for a top 5 spot. Brad, let's ride on board with him. Looks like somebody else is in the wall now. Rob Rostello Jr., our in-race reporter.
Oh, and Enright is around on the back end of the hairpin here. Looks like he's going to get it spun around and going straight here.
Let's back that ass up, see what we can see here.
So
Enright
around
907 Raise Energy Machine. Yep, just similar to a lot of drivers. Abe Donahue kind of helped him out. That's Sonoma. Joseph Enright crashed again. Let's find that out.
And just like we keep saying, this is a tough track. Especially if you didn't put in a lot of practice.
Oh, doggy.
It's rough to get through.
Pop, lock, and drop it. He held on to it, which was good. 20 laps to go here in Sonoma. I think for some of these drivers, they can't wait to get this over with. But some of these drivers here near the front, you know, again, you can tell they put in the time, they put in the practice. This track is hard. Conditions could be variable, you know, between, you know, warm and cold. Again, this is April 7th. This is the actual day, whatever, in the sim. Track might be a little cooler.
And Strummy took a dip through the grass going into the hairpin there.
In the inside, around Mid-Hang trying to do the crossover with John Edwards. Not going to happen. Brad Gutierrez taking over third position in our car.
Devin Lowry's around the middle of the track.
Devin
back out of the
Lowry.
line there.
Let's see what's going on here. Let's back it up. And that 31 Red Bull Chevrolet Camaro going up the hill. Again, this hill is not easy to conquer. Keaton Salyers has crashed. We'll get to that. Oh my God. All right.
Yeah, that was part of the Lowry incident right there.
Yep, and I bet that is. We have come to it right now. Lowry already around at this point. Salyers trying to get around, and he's like, nah, we're gonna touch tips. And Palazzo about a 12-second lead from here on Brad.
8.
Shut up. 19
How many shots have
seconds
you
back.
taken so far tonight?
I haven't had any. No liquor.
Oh man, Skylar Comstock is in the grass. Looks like him and Lowry got together.
Oh man.
And Lowry's now pitting.
Oh doggy, I think that was a racing incident. That was pretty wild. I'm glad everybody was able to keep it together. Yeah. Very good heads up from these guys.
And because this track is so large, any of those incidents that keep happening, it's kind of just a sectional yellow flag of just, hey, take it easy through here, and then we'll get back green once you get around it, because it really takes a lot of these tracks for cautions to come out. You got to pretty much completely block the track and have some massive pileups.
Yeah, you got to have a parking lot if that's the case. Robert Rosello Jr. has crashed. Let's go to him. Again, trigger happy with this replay, but I love it. Newfound toy that you're going to see a lot. Oh, going up the hill, just really couldn't keep it together. I mean, he did keep it together, didn't hit the wall or anything like that. Good for him. Eric Sable, haven't heard much from him tonight. Quietly riding inside the top 10 in 9th in that Blue Moon Belgian wheat beer machine Toyota Camry, one of my favorite beers to drink. If it ain't a Coors or a Miller Lite, it's definitely a Blue Moon. Yeah, I just figured that shit out. So, yeah, your old guy, Tom, figured out another cool little thing about SDK. Had this shit for 2 years. Shouldn't have said that. But again, riding around at night.
For 2 years, we tend not to explore the whole thing. We just sort of...
I go with what works right now, and I stay in my lane. Speaking of staying in the lane, 97 of Jesse Becker. Qualified 10th, currently is 10th, having a hell of a run here in that 5150 LLC machine. Looks good. And 17 laps to go before the end of the Wine Country 100. Getting your leader right now in that 47 Mission. Tortilla Chip Kroger Chevrolet Camaro. Having a hell of a run, first time driver. Hector Palazzo, excuse me. Next week, again, we'll be at Kansas for the Munson 200. Right here on Casa de la Horse Boat, and a program change for tomorrow night. And Nate Williams will not be available to run the broadcast Sprocket. So I may be doing that. So again, if you're interested in watching the Sprocket race, we're going to get it for you here live tonight. Nate, that reminds me, send me your beautiful little slide for that, so I can pop it into my OBS.
Yeah, it's currently
I'm gonna take that out.
Go for
That's
it.
hot. That's hot. Then I probably already have it. Palazzo again dominating here tonight. 18 seconds ahead of Aiden Showtime Donahue.
He's in the grass trying to get it figured out here.
Looks like Dean Lowry crashed here on lap 29. We're going to move along. And a good race this is. Again, we don't do stages here. That's not what we do. But we like the long green flag runs. Against Sonoma, we're not going to call a caution like Nate said. Unless we got a parking lot out there. Unless we got people getting out, putting their shopping carts back in the shopping rack.
27 just drove through the 69. 69 did a good
Oh,
spin there.
shit. Back that ass up.
So Christian Taylor got a bit of that one as well.
Looks like between Jesse Becker and
Militia
Jonathan
still
Militia.
trying to
Becker
get straight.
says, here is my PP. And Jonathan Militia says, I ran out of PP. Oh, my God. Christian Taylor almost finished him off.
Well, we're all rolling straight now. Oh, 77 catches the grass. He's still going good. Got it figured out.
I do hope everybody is okay. And Militia maybe got loose going up the hill. I've seen many people tonight do that. When they're going up elevation, these cars tend to get a little free. And any little wiggle, and I know Militia and how he likes to not have to move the steering wheel as much as possible. How wiggly he could probably get with that and put himself in a bad position. Jonathan Militia now protecting that inside line, but he cannot turn the car. That right front toe link is screwed. He is dog tracking that thing all over it, keeping it together as best as he can, but it doesn't look good for Jonathan Militia. Gave up third place to Brad Gutierrez a few laps ago. It hasn't lost too much on him yet, but I don't know if he's saving something for the end. In top three, Min-Hang felt like he may not be the fastest car, but definitely one of those top guys. Podium finish on the line for the 11 team.
And Mike Hasty just pulled off after the hairpin and towed it, so he might have some damage, or he just might be.
Yeah, it looks like they crashed here just a moment ago. Let's back it up. Looks like Skylar Comstock and Mike Hasty getting together here. Looks like in the hairpin. Looks like a late break from the 72 right into the 28. 28 able to keep her going, but Hasty continued with whatever he was dealing with. And then put himself in the wall again. Holy shit. Oh, right in front of the 9 of Harrison. But he was able to keep it together and get off track and get out before causing too much damage. Good call. Nice heads-up play by Hasty. Get us racing, man. Get in that hairpin. Once you know you're too late, it's too late. It's over. And that's racing. Gary Owen, Gary Smith battle for 5th right now between the 87 and the 33. Let's battle on board here with 13 laps to go. Gary Smith showing off the talent that hides inside the 33. Heck of a battle right now. One of the best on track.
In race, calling out Hector, saying that he's driving like he's on crack right now, which I think is a pretty fair estimation.
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna lie about that. He's racing out of his mind.
He's on about 10, 15 lap old tires and still putting down over 16 flat in that last lap, which is impressive.
It'd be nice to know what he has for a setup. He seems smooth as hell all through it. When he goes up the hill between 1 and 2, it's a little sideways, but everywhere else on the track, he seems to know it perfectly. He slides in the corner well, he uses the car. He uses all of it.
Makes me wonder how much probably dirt or just maybe like open wheel racing experience that he's able to run these road races like that.
Yeah, he makes the car stick. He's going to have to deal with lap traffic right now.
Yeah, that is one thing about these big tracks and just especially a place like this where everyone's speed is so different. You're going to end up battling lap cars like crazy with people all over the track with how spread out things have gotten.
To be real with you, Nate, this is the best road course race I've ever watched in Gears history. From first all the way through 10th, there's battles everywhere on the track. Doesn't matter if you're lapped down. We've had minimal moments of, oh my God, will there be a caution? I think we may have had one where we're like, oh, maybe something, but it never happened. All night long, it's been competitive. Looks like Kobe Hogan crashed. Let's back that ass up and see if you can see on that one. Oh yeah, he just stuffed it. Yeah, he did. Around he went, and there he goes.
Matt in the chat saying it's crazy that we're this deep in the race and still getting battles for the 3rd and 5th.
Yeah, I just commented on that one. Palazzo again way out in front, has a 24-second lead on the rest. Well, at least the second of Aiden Showtime Donahue. And calling this thing home, again, the 47th race to lose. What's up, Nick?
Munson almost had him a moment there, stacked up some guys.
Oh, shit, that's what she
That was
said.
almost sketchy. But yeah, Hector now looks like he's going out to a 25-second lead.
Redonkulous, man.
Yeah, so that's Hector Palazzo in first, 25-second lead over Aiden Donahue, who only has a 5-second lead in third, who have about a 10-second lead in fifth. So, crazy speed.
Rob has requested an HB drink time, and we got it going on right now. Here we go. That was it. Here's beer number 3. And that is for you. For HB drink.
About to hit 10 to go here. So pretty short race with it going green this way.
Yeah, it has been a great race. Very short. There you go, just for you, L. Rob. That was excellent. Oh, 33 in the 88 connecting like souls in the night.
They both managed to keep going here.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I'm sure words will be shared after that. But Gary Owen now almost securing himself a top 5 with 10 to go, less than 10 to go. He's dealing with lap traffic right now. The 14 of Travis Schroney, the 69 of Jonathan Militia. Again, Militia's car is
I think he pulled the pits and got it fixed a little bit, but it's still probably a little broken.
That right front
Devin
fender
Lowry
looks like it's coming off.
Yeah, Devin Lowry spun to the grass and he just sit there and wait for the traffic to get by.
Very sportsmanlike move. Hats off to him. Mike DeWalt having a solid run here in 7th. Comes around the hairpin and that Mike's Harder Strawberry Lemonade. Toyota Camry.
And I gotta call out William Robbins running in 10th currently.
Hell yeah, bro.
With about a 2-second lead to Jesse Becker, who's behind him. He's had a pretty good run so far, nice and safely there in 10th. Gonna try to run down and keep that spot.
Big dog William Robbins and one in the top 20. Looks like he's gonna get a top 10. Got about a 2.5 second, looks like, advantage on fellow teammate Jesse Becker, who's just outside in 11th. Just about 10 car lengths back. Up the hill, 27 seconds, almost 28 seconds now in the lead. Having to deal with lap traffic, I know that is going to be a bitch with about 5 laps to go here.
And Aiden Donahue is actually losing a bit of time to Brad. So Brad's catching just a little bit here. I don't know if it'll be enough with about 8 laps to go here.
Nate, I don't know if you can see on the front end of Aiden Donahue. Do you think that is affecting him right now?
Maybe, but at the same time, I don't know how much aero actually matters here more than car placement and throttle control. But it looks like he did just straight up drive straight into a concrete wall, and that front end now looks like a Mustang front end, nice and flat.
Yeah. for real. Aiden Donahue doing his best to keep it up there in second. But Brad Gutierrez and Min Hang both are closing that door slowly. He's going to have to deal with them late in the race. We will come back to him in just a moment. But again, Gary Owen doing his thing. Gary Smith not yet going away. He's about a second behind. That was a little bit better than when we last caught up with him. But trying to take that fifth spot away from Gary Owen is going to be a battle once he gets to it.
Eric Sable currently in ninth. It looks like he's gaining a little bit of time with Joe Stafford in eighth, so he might be able to get there by the end of the race as well. So a lot of people trying to get their final positions here in this top 10.
Points are aplenty here in the top 10. You need to qualify, or you need to finish in the top 10 to even stand a chance to make it the playoffs. You need to be here. This is money time. Aiden Donahue now working on the 96 of Christian Taylor. Christian Taylor doing the sportsman-like thing, letting the 82 by. That's what I gotta say. From last year's group to this year's group, we see a lot of more sportsman-like conduct rather than the opposite here in the Cup Series.
Yeah, a lot more awareness and just respect on track, which is really good to see. And that's something we've kind of focused on, making sure people understand that, hey, I mean, you're always going to be a race car on a racetrack racing, but you can always do your best to actually let the leaders go and be respectful of the track and not affect anyone else's race.
Right, like I get it.
Permeate a little bit.
In situations, I get it, but for most situations, I don't. It just goes back to driver maturity, but I think a lot of these guys, most of these guys have figured that part out, and that's why they're here in the Cup Series.
Yeah, a lot of these guys have been here for a minute, so they understand kind of what they need to be doing to actually stick around here, and they know what we expect from them. So they're doing a really good job of actually doing that, proving they belong.
33 and the 87 now still battling for that fifth position. Gary Smith trying to close in, half second back, giving her all she's got, Captain. Trying to close that door on Gary Owen. The battle of the Garys is on with 6 laps to go. Oh, somebody's around. That's the 07 of Joseph Enright. Let's see how he got there. Oh, mama. He just went around again. An all too familiar tale, and that is a bummer for the 07 team.
Gary just not get rid of Gary here.
He's really riding on the rear, man.
I mean, yeah, it's just Gary is right on to Gary, and Gary can't get rid of Gary, so the Garys are just going to Gary themselves out of this one here.
Now, Nate, I have to ask you, and this is going to date me. Have you ever watched the Bob Newhart show?
I've seen some clips from it, yes. I
So you know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is my brother Daryl. my brother Daryl. My other brother Daryl. The battle of the Garys is strong right here. Again, 5 laps to go. We're going to take you down, give him a little flash, a little TV time. Again, the 47 of Hector Collazo with a 30-second lead on the second place car of the 82 of Aiden Donahue. Behind him, about 4 seconds back, is the 84 of Brad Gutierrez. The 11, about a second, almost 2 seconds back from Brad of Min Hang. 87 of Gary Owen. 33 of Gary Smith in 6th. Mike DeWalt, about 18 seconds back from that in 7th. Joe Stafford, about 7 seconds back from 8th. Eric Sable right behind him in 9th. And in 10th, rounding out your top 10, the 40 of William Robbins. in tonight, and I'm sure he must have said something to everybody else, like, you know, this is one of my favorite tracks. And you're like, yeah, whatever, man. And he comes out and puts some heaters down. Just dominated all race. Once he got around 8, it was over. It's like watching Van Drugman out here.
I mean, an absolute insane performance. I got to admit. 30-second gap here. About 3 laps to go. 3.5 laps to go now.
Yeah, big
So that's
shout
just
out.
massively impressive.
Big shout out to Steven Junior Racing for sponsoring this event. And as always, Stephen Gurley Jr., a very welcome part of what makes the Gears Racing League great. We appreciate his participation in sponsoring these events. It goes towards a lot of our stuff that we do in the back end. Palazzo, Donahue, Gutierrez, Hagen, Owen, your top 5. Smith, DeWalt, Stafford, Sable, and Robbins. Rounding out your top 10, 3 laps to go. Palazzo, on a Monday Night Drive here on Monday Night Horseboat. Aiden Donahue still has not been caught yet by Brad Gutierrez. Brad again felt like he was one of the faster cars in the field tonight. Looking like a lock for the podium finish, barring anything crazy happening. Joe Svenray has crashed again. Let's see what's going on with that. And again, this turn right here has not been kind to anyone. Oh yeah, locking it up. Okay, well, you said he crashed, allegedly. Yeah, I don't see it.
Josh Coleman is just going to speed penalty.
Oh no.
So that's going to suck. No.
The guy who was working on this, wanted to get some laps in, has done so. Mid-pack, I think he'd be happy with that. Palazzo now coming down for what would be the final time here, getting the white flag for the Wine Country 100. Caution free from wire to wire. Some action-packed moments, but at the same time, that's some good racing from front to back. Palazzo up the hill having to deal with lap traffic. This is the only thing now that could stop him from winning this race. We're going to stay with him now again in pursuit, trying to get around the 18 of Kyle Munson to the inside in this next turn. Going to have to deal with Andrew Allen here momentarily, and anything could happen in front of him, which is the most unpredictable thing he could imagine happening. And there's
Also,
a lot of potential candidates.
He's still got that 33-second lead now, so I think even if he does get into something, he'll have enough time to get it going again before Aiden can even get to him. So I think there's going to be too much pressure on him. It's still pretty sketchy with that many cars out front.
Yeah.
Trying to get through this.
And we're going through what would be the most treacherous turn for him. Right here, right now. Oh, and there's already action in front of him. Trying to clear through the madness. Oh, Militia off track to the inside. Your winner, the 47 of Hector Collazo. 1 for 1 in his Gears Cup Series debut. Showtime Donahue looks like he is going to be second. The third will be Brad Gutierrez, barring anything crazy. Yeah, looks like that's going to be that. Again, Hector Collazo, your winner of the Wine Country 100 here at Sonoma.
An absolutely dominating performance from him. Dominating.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, wonderful finish for him. Again, 1 for 1 on the year for him. A dominant road course victory. He's going to burn it down here. And we're going to get you some of the unofficial results right here, right now. Collazo, Donahue, Gutierrez, Minhang, Gary Owen, Gary Smith, Mike DeWalt, Joe Stafford, Eric Sable, William Robbins, your top 10, Jesse Becker, Colby Hogan, Ryan Robertson, Fortson Poston, Travis Stroney, Robert Rossello Jr., Jake Cook, Andrew Allen, Skylar Comstock, and Jeremy Eshelman, your top 20. All right, looks like a lot of people know the protocol here.
All right, well, it was fun being in here. Thanks for having me in here. I'm going to let you do your final interviews.
Thank you for that, Nate. Again, Nate Williams, always a pleasure. Thank you for joining us in the booth.
Yep.
As I'm trying to get shit together here. We will get it popping here in just a moment. And your winner burning it down there, and we'll get an interview with him in just a moment. See if we can get our third place finisher here. Was a solid race all the way around. Could not be happier with it. Let's talk with Brad Gutierrez. Brad, you got a copy?
Sir, I do.
Brad, third place finish here tonight. Started fourth, finished third. Podium finish. Looked good, felt good. How are you feeling after this 50-lap run?
I just kind of wanted to survive at the, I haven't really ran great in gears for a while, so I kind of wanted to collect some points to move forward in the standings. But yeah, good overall, good for Hector. RGR win and RGR top 3. I feel really good about it.
Yeah, it was a solid win for Hector again. RGR, 2 out of the 3 spots tonight. Good team effort. Anybody you want to give a shout out to, Brad?
Yeah, definitely. Yahir, Chase, Hector, Skylar, all you guys they at RGR right now. You guys for hosting these. I know good broadcasts and good racers. Every Monday night.
Appreciate that, Brad. Hopefully you have a great evening. We'll see you here next week for the Munson 200.
All right, man. Thank you.
You are welcome. Let's go ahead and get the 82. Looks like Aiden Donahue in here. Aiden, hopefully you can hear me. You got a copy? Aiden Donahue going once. Aiden Donahue going twice. And Donahue going 3 times. Oh, man, you're going to miss it. And he's out of there. Aiden Donahue, you're gone. Good interview. Solid as always. Appreciate that from our 2-time winner. And then our winner, let's bring him in. 1 for 1 on the year for him in his debut. Hector Collazo, you are a winner in the Gears Cup Series Wine Country 100 at Sonoma. How are you feeling after that 50-lap romp in Sonoma?
Happy. I mean, honestly, that's all I can say. Pure domination, in my opinion, all those laps that I led, so really happy with that.
I guess the better question I have to ask of you is, how are you on ovals? We already seen you on the road course. How are you on the ovals?
If you compare me to BJ McLeod, that'd probably be the best comparison. I'm not the best on ovals, but I try my best, so I'm probably just gonna go for some solid finishes. Just try not to get wrecked, to be honest.
Well, you had a great performance here tonight. It looks like the biggest lead you've had was about 30 seconds on the evening. Again, pure dominance as, Sonoma brings. We usually have somebody else who dominates the road course, but tonight you have taken that place 1-for-1 in your Gears Cup Series debut. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to give a shout out to my teammates at RGR. Great guys. Really helped me out with my boredom this race, trying to pass all these lapped cars. Thanks to Brad and Yahir for giving me an opportunity to race under this team, even though I didn't have any branding on the scheme. That's coming soon. But yeah, just shout out to those guys.
Well, congratulations, man. I hope to see you in Victory Lane again sometime soon. And again, you're a winner here in the Gears Cup Series 1-for-1. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you back here next week for the Munson 200.
Thank you.
You are welcome again. As always, next week we will be here. We will be there. Hopefully you are here as well. Again, next week will be the Munson 200 at Kansas Speedway. Same bat time, same bat channel. Again, schedule change. As mentioned here tonight on the show, we are going to do the Sprocket Series race tomorrow night. Again, I may not have all the branding, but fuck it. We're going to put it on live. Again, for everybody here at Gears, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, wishing you a wonderful work week, and we'll see you back here next Monday night for the Munson 200 right here on Twitch.tv.